It's another math day here with teacher Jenny. Join me for another topic, and this time I'll be showing you how to measure the height of the object using a DIY sextant device. Okay, so we are going to utilize our DIY sextant device in measuring the angle of elevation of a particular object. You need to stand anywhere as long as you can measure the top of the building using your device. So, using the device there, you can just view the top of the building or an object by simply looking through this straw here. And once you see the top of the building, you would notice that the string here attached will be moved also from this center here, which is a 90 degrees. It will be moved towards where your eye is. So the movement there of that string would somehow indicate, or we will be forming an angle. The first angle formed here is an angle with respect to where your eye is. This is what we're having here as based on the illustration as the 59 degrees. This is not our angle of elevation. This is what we're having here as the angle of depression, which you can see that is the angle at the top created by the top of the building, and so with the height of the building. And then getting the angle of elevation, all we have to do is to just simply know the measurement of this angle created based on the middle, and so with the string. So to solve that one, the middle part of this protractor is 90 degrees. So to get that angle, we just have to simply subtract 59 degrees here, and that's equal to 31 degrees. So the angle of elevation here is 31 degrees. Now next one, we are going to measure the height from where the device is up to the ground. So this one, we will name that one as H. And then once you measure that one, let's say for example, our H there is equivalent to 1.52 meters, which is in terms of in feet, that's equivalent to 5 feet. Now we are using meters here because we will be also measuring the distance from the foot of the building up to where your student or where the student is standing. We will also be measuring the distance of that one, in which we name that one as an X. And for example, let's say our X there, the measure of the distance from the foot of the building up to the student standing is 200 meters. So we are now set to computing for the height of the building by simply adding this 1.52 meters to the result of the height from where the top of the building up to this portion, which is the line of sight of the person measuring. So this one, we call this height here as our Y. So in solving for Y, we are going to utilize our tangent theta, which is equal to tau Y. That means to say we have the tangent theta that's equal to the opposite over the adjacent side of our angle. So for this one, we're using 31 degrees here. So that means to say that our Y here is our opposite side. And the adjacent side, since this one is our hypotenuse, the adjacent side here is the other side that makes up that angle. So if one side makes up the angle is the hypotenuse, and the other side here is what we have as the adjacent side. So making use of that information, we are now ready to solve for the Y here. So let's try to replace we will be replacing that one. So we have our tangent. Our theta there is 31 degrees. We're replacing our opposite side. The opposite side is Y. Adjacent side is 200 meters. So I'll be writing 200 there. And then we are now ready to solve for our Y. You can use, since this one is with over 1, we can use the cross multiplication here, or simply do multiply each of the side by 200 so that we can solve for Y. So this means that we have our Y will be equal to our 200 meters times the tangent 31 degrees. And then inputting this one in a calculator, we have our y, which is equal to 120.172 meters. And we are going to look for the height of the building. So looking for the height of the building, we are now going to add up our height from where the top of the building is up to the line of sight, which is our y, and adding that one with the height we've obtained from the ground up to where the device is. So this will be our height of the building. So we have our y, which is 120.172 meters plus 1.52 meters. Adding that one up, that will be equal to, that is equal to 0.692 meters. This will be our height of the building. So by that, you are now ready to do your next move in the task that you were assigned with. And so that is how you are going to make use of your DIY sextant device in finding the angle of elevation, and so with solving for the height of a particular object that you are trying to measure on. So this is your teacher Jenny saying, you practice more on doing some things and that would lead to a perfection. And please do share, like, and subscribe this video.